Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. I wanted to share a phone call I had with Tyne Hunter, Associate Director of Comic Book Sales for Penguin in the United States. I mean, basically the head of everything over there for the US shipments and everything going on with the move from Marvel to here and everything. I want to share what happened with the phone call I had with her after the video that I had put out of the first unboxing with Penguin. A lot of people are nervous and want to know what's going on. So let's begin. I'm going to tell you everything that I've learned so far. So if some of you may have seen the video, I'll put it up there or wherever for you to watch if you haven't seen the unboxing. And I received a message from Penguin about the video, and they would like to speak to me in regard to everything. So Tyne called me, and I didn't know it was her, so I answered like, "Hello, who is this?" I always answer like that when I don't know the phone number, and then I found out who it was, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And so I apologized for that, and she laughed. She's very friendly, and wanted to have all my thoughts. Now, she herself and others have been on the phone with retailers from all over the United States, I'm sure internationally too, but for them it was the United States, which is, I believe, the majority of the comic book stores in the world, talking about damages and stuff like that. As most of you know, the major consensus is that almost all the product was damaged because of the box. I personally think it has nothing to do with the packers. It has to do with the transportation of the box to us is where the damages began. So she had told me that to my fears that video that I made has been shared all throughout the executive levels of Penguin. Everyone from the bottom to the top has seen the video, which I was seriously concerned about, to be honest with you. And she wanted to first acknowledge that there would be no retaliation, because in the video I was very nervous as a retailer making the video, that there would be some. She said, no, of course not. And she also said that everyone that saw the video wanted to say thank you and apologize for the damages. So let's get all that out of the way. We discussed the box, first of all, and I believe that she said they might be moving to a smaller box. Don't quote me on this. I remember her talking about for now until they can figure out the C7 box's issues. Now, they understand there was too much room in the box for the movement of the books, which caused the damages on the corners. And they're looking into putting in maybe some sort of filler or changing the box itself. I'm not 100% how they're going to do that. Now, in regard to the next couple weeks of orders, I wouldn't expect much of a change just yet. They have a target goal, which is about 3 or 4 weeks from now, to have a full-on change. This is a big undertaking, and I'm not trying to. You have to look at it in a different way. As of, this is a massive thing. Like, hey, Marvel says we're using you. Take care of it. And there's going to be ups and downs and flaws. Every company has its flaws, okay? Especially at the beginning, and they're going to figure it out. That was one thing that was made 100% clear to me. They will be fixing the problem. We just have to be patient. We discussed possible other ways of making this box stronger on the corners, even to the way other companies ship. And there's just a 100%, they are completely dedicated to making this work. They do understand how much we value these things, how they are collectible, and they're going to make improvements. So rest assured, something will change. I don't know what and how, but it will. Now, there was some discussion about one of the mistakes I made was I didn't talk to them about not being able to get on the site, you can do claims. A lot of people that in the boxes came a thing, please report to this email, blah blah blah, with your problems and stuff like that. But if you're a retailer and you go to the site, there is a claims section. One of the problems with, which I discussed with her, with the invoices that we got, is you don't know what book is which. It just has numbers. Comparable to a diamond invoice or something like that, you can see the breakdown of different variants and cover artists. On theirs, you couldn't. So it's hard to claim the exact book. Now, to avoid all that, guys, you can go directly to their claims section at PRH, and you'll see which ones, and you can claim it there. I've seen some other discussions about people saying, oh my gosh, we have to send pictures of damages and stuff like that. Well, you guys can complain about that, but in reality, you have to do the same thing with Lunar. So, I mean, if it's a big amount, you have to send pictures, ratios, and stuff like that. I forgot to ask her about claiming damages on ratios. That's the one thing I forgot to ask about, because when I went to claim, there was not you're ineligible to, at request, a claim on a incentive or ratio, which I thought was interesting. There should be something there. From the conversation I had with Tyne, I hope I'm saying that right. Again, I talked to her for half an hour. I tried to give her, I'm just a normal guy talking to the head of some big division at Penguin Random House, trying to give her advice on how to pack and maybe to stop the movement inside, and maybe put it surrounded by another box with bubble wrap, stuff like that we would all expect. And they're working on it. That's all I can say. They're 100% working on the issue. So don't think that they're not. I just want to keep saying that. Now, we're going to see over the next couple weeks. The next couple weeks might still be a little difficult, but there is, about 3 or 4 weeks, I think they might have a full change on how they're shipping, which is good. And we'll see, and we'll talk about that when I get those shipments in the future. But there was nothing except apologies and thankfulness for the video that I made about accountability and my thoughts on things. I do want to say again, I've been thinking a lot about this in regard to damages in general. Yes, we all know that the box is the problem. It's not the shipping department in general, the people that are doing it. I got everything that I was supposed to get. It was about how it was shipped. But I'm trying to look at this, the 3 companies, Penguin, Diamond, and Lunar. Penguin, they have a shipping problem with the box, okay? So you're going to get damages there. Let's put that away. Everything else so far is fine. They're packing it correctly and stuff like that. Diamond, they have multiple boxes, but it seems to me that they're putting damaged books in the boxes before they even give to me. That's my experience. Lunar, they protect the box very well. There's barely ever any damages, but you also have to think about paper quality. DC, when it comes to a variant or whatever, their card stock, and they survive better. So you could really bring this down to paper quality as well. I'm sure if there was a card stock in a Penguin box, it would get damaged, but considering most paper is pretty bad, damages are going to happen. But of course, this Penguin situation was pretty excessive, where the possibility of finding a 9.8 in the grading realm is pretty much impossible. Besides that, I want to let you know not to worry about it. Let's give them some time. They will fix it. They're a big company, guys. And if they don't, we'll talk about that then. In regard to my store, until this thing is fixed, I'm adding an additional percentage off of Marvel Comics pre-orders. So you're going to save more. I'm going to lose money. But I want you guys to be happy, at least through this transition period. And I will give you more updates as we go forward. I'm trying to figure out anything else that we talked about. It was really about figuring out I was just trying to give the best advice I could. I'm trying to figure out how to avoid damaging. So we will see what happens. But keep your hopes up, guys. We as buyers and them as the distributor are both want the best for our Marvel books. These are the books that everyone buys. I would say if any other, there no other book sells as much as a Marvel book. So keep everything's going to be fine, and we'll talk about it another time. Okay. All right. See ya.